Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Turn Your Home into Two, where I introduce you to my amazing referral partners across the US. And today we have Tessa May Wilkerson from California. Hi, Tessa.
Hi, Sasha. Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited to have you on.
Yay.
Let's start off with where are you? Where can we find you?
Okay, so I am about 30 minutes outside of Orange County, further north, and about an hour away from LA, a little bit more inland.
Mhm.
I sell in an area, a little city called Eastvale, California, and Corona, California. We have
Mhm.
nothing, no relation to coronavirus or anything. Yeah.
All good.
Yeah.
Tell us about Eastville.
Okay.
Describe it to us.
Sure, sure. Now, Eastvale is like, well, I like to call it like a mini Irvine. Irvine's another city in Orange County. Basically, the homes there are 2000 and newer. There's
Mhm.
nothing under 2000. And then the schools there are highly rated. All of the schools there are really, really, really good schools. Lots of shopping, and it's just like a really good, safe neighborhoods like to live in. Um, Lots of families there, and soccer fields, and just restaurants and stuff like that.
Yeah. When you
Yeah.
say that homes are 2000 and newer, that automatically brings to my mind less upkeep. You don't have to
Yes.
worry about water tanks and roofs and things like that for quite a while. So
Mm-hmm.
it checks all the right boxes for me.
Definitely. Yep. And highly rated schools. So, of course, parents love that for their kids' education.
Yeah. And I've seen that you represented listings and buyers from outside of it, so around LA as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So, my husband and I developed multifamily in LA. So, yeah, I mean, and we lived there for a little bit. So, we're very familiar with different areas. And then I have other clients that refer me business and stuff. So, I've sold a number of properties there and in Orange County. But my office is based out of Eastvale. So, most of the homes I sell are in Eastvale and like the Corona area.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So then what are the average prices that you're seeing in Eastville and Corona?
The average is about 800 in Eastville. I would say it's probably like 850 in Corona.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's comparable to the
It's very
Seattle
cool.
area.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it is for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what are you seeing in terms of how many offers you see per listing?
Yeah. So, well, what is today? Today's the third or the fourth, May 4th. So we just saw the rates go up. So I would say if we were having this conversation right before the rate went up to 5.5, we were seeing like 15, 20 offers on a house, if it was in a
Right.
good condition, priced right and everything. But now that the rates have gone up, I'm seeing that there's less offers on homes. Prices definitely haven't come down. They haven't dropped or anything, but I'm seeing at this point, like maybe five offers on average come in on our listings.
Yeah. And, competing offers is still a very real thing.
Yeah.
And just as here we talk about the purchase power is lessened with a higher APR,
Yeah.
but at the same time, there's still so much demand that prices aren't going down just because of the percent.
That's correct. Yeah, definitely. So there's still hardly any inventory on the market, So yeah, I think that, and then I feel like the buyers that are now searching and making offers, they're really well qualified,
Yes.
and because they've really been saving for a while, and then just ready, waiting to find like the right house, and then they're I don't know, they're pretty educated as far as like what they need to offer, and they're offering now more of the well over listed price, and just making their offer stronger with like waiving contingencies and whatnot. So that's been really nice. I feel like by the feds raising their rates, it's kind of like weeded out some of the buyers that were just kind of making offers because they wanted to try to use this low interest rate. But I don't know. I think that we kind of needed this. This is a good thing, as
Yeah.
far as trying to curb inflation and whatnot. So Yeah, I think it's still such a fabulous time to sell because, if you put your house on the market, you're probably going to be the only one on that street that has their home up. So less competition.
Yeah, I love how you put it in that perspective.
Yeah, yeah.
With the amazing market that you're seeing right now and the success that you're having with buyers, how many days on average do you see a home being listed before it goes pending in your area?
Um, if it's priced right, I would say about 4 to 7 days.
Hmm.
We'll
Yeah.
sell. Yeah.
And you hit the nail on the head if it's priced right.
Yeah. Even in
Yeah.
this market that we're in, this fantastic market, you cannot overprice it because consumers are knowledgeable and they're looking on realtor.com and Zillow, and they can see what they believe the value is based off this estimate, which we all know isn't accurate, but they still think they have an idea of what your home is worth. So, you just have to price it right. And once it's priced right, that gives us a chance to get the, multiple offers in, bid that price up, and get you more money than if you were to overprice it from the get-go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. And so when we think about California, when we think about your area specifically, we think about great weather,
Yeah.
great places to do some outdoor activities. Introduce that to us. What do you have to offer?
Oh man, I feel kind of guilty, Sasha, because I've taken some of your Seattle clients and they've been buying over here. So
You know what? I think it's fair. I would move there myself if I could.
maybe one day. Yes. So yeah, I mean, we hardly get any rain here. It's been pretty clear. So well, yeah, we have the mountains, which is about an hour away. We have the beach, which is like 45 minutes away. And then we have LA, which has, all of Los Angeles, which is, like I said, about 45 minutes to an hour away, depending on where you're going. So it's really nice because there's so much to do here. Like you could go to the beach. It's not that far. You can go to the mountains. It's not that far. Palm Springs is about an hour and 20 minutes away. So you're there at the desert. So I have a lot of clientele, and even myself, I actually just bought my first Airbnb, my first property to do Airbnb in a place called Big Bear, California, which is very close to like Lake Arrowhead. And it's a resort town. It's mountains, and there's skis, and you can go skiing and snowboarding and all that kind of stuff. So it's super cool. And there's a lake there, so you can go fishing and do all that.
Yeah. So when we think about what your area has to offer and we think about short-term rentals or even long-term, where would be kind of the most strategic place to have an Airbnb right now?
Oh, definitely like in a resort town, somewhere where people want to go on vacation, because I know for my marketplace, because inflation's a real thing and it's a serious thing right now with prices going up on consumer goods. A lot of people, like, they're not traveling as much as they were, like, overseas and whatnot. So I know for me and a lot of my friends that have Airbnbs, we're seeing them, like, they're fully occupied, like, all the time. We really are able to have it rented out most of the time. So people are wanting to get their families, their family and their friends, and go to these Airbnbs and just spend their time there. It's not too far, so they're able to, drive and go or whatever. But I don't know. I'm just seeing that a lot of these vacation places like Palm Springs, I mean, La Quinta, like Arrowhead, Big Bear, there's certain areas in LA and Orange County that are super popular. But they're exploding right now.
Yeah. And when you say that there's a high percent of occupying them fully all the time,
Yeah.
all year long, that's amazing for investors or even first time. If someone has a home here, if they want to do a cash out refinance, or if they want to downsize and have that secondary source of income, that sounds really good.
For sure. For sure. It's
Yeah.
been fabulous. Yeah. I mean, because you get to talk to your preferred lender and then see what that looks like. But, we didn't put 20% down to buy our house up in the mountains. We were able to go in with a lower down payment and purchase it as our primary residence. And so we were able to like save a little bit of money there. And ever since we took it over and made it, you know, a full-time Airbnb, you know, it's been paying our mortgage and a little bit of profit after that, which has been fantastic. So our next destination is going to be like the Palm Springs, La Quinta area, but we thought Big Bear was safer because all year long people want to stay there because you like the summer, people want to ride bikes and go hiking. And then in the winter, we already have it fully rented from November to January because of the snow and stuff, you know. But La Quinta is a popular area in Palm Springs because that's where Coachella and Stagecoach are, and people want to go stay there for this concert or festivals and stuff like that.
Definitely. And when we, from, you know, the Seattle area or other areas across the US, when we're looking at investing in LA or anywhere, really Big Bear, let's say, what's the entry price point that we can see, just like a starting point?
Yeah. So I would say that Big Bear is more affordable than Los Angeles. I mean, LA as a whole is still like their average price point. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's starting like 800 to 900. I mean, it's expensive to buy in Los Angeles, you know.
Yeah.
But I would say for Big Bear, which again, it's a great area to do Airbnb at because it's a resort town. Their average price is like 550, 600. You can get in.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
Yeah. So,
and when you think about when you have that property that's an investment, a short-term rental, you're also building equity. You're not just getting that profit out of it. You're building equity long-term.
Yes. And that's what I was looking for. You know, I wanted something I could have long-term that would just, you know, sit there and basically be like a little savings account and just, you know, build that equity and then maybe 20 years sell it or whatever I end up doing with that. So
Tessa, you also mentioned that you and your husband, you guys are building or renovating a multifamily unit. What is that like in the area where it's at, and how much of a return are you seeing right now in the market?
Okay, so my husband, yes, he went to school to do multifamily development, and he basically started with a company, and that company was very successful, and then he broke off from that, and we basically started doing this on our own. And so we buy single family homes right next to USC because obviously that's where kids want to go to school and it's a college little area. So we will buy a single family. Typically they're from like 1900, 1890 or whatever. It's the house we own right now. It was super old. And we paid to have the tenants leave and we demolished it. And then we built ground up. Because when you build ground up and you demolish it, that goes away with it goes away with the rent control. Yeah. So we can rebuild, and we built a single family home with a duplex in the back, and basically we'll rent them all out, and then we'll turn around and sell it. I think we're all in at like 1.1, and then we're gonna list it for like 1.7.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. So Brian is the brains of the multifamily.
That's his thing. I'm residential sales, but I just kind of tag along with him and try to learn as much as I can.
I think you guys complement each other so well. I think you're both like such powerful forces in this, and it's like a parallel powerful force, you know? So you guys lift each other up. That's so amazing to see.
I leased like 200 and something in LA when I lived there with Brian when he was working for that other company. So I feel like I really know LA. I know that area. I know what like the college students are looking for. And so him and I are very much like, okay, what do the kids need? This is what we're going to build, because it's just funny. Like the people that end up buying these buildings are investors or, you know, whatever. And they really want to rent to college students, you know? Yeah. So.
Tessa, and I love everything that you do online. Your social media presence is amazing. How you have the videos professionally, then you have Bride Guy. How did the name Bride Guy come around?
I don't know really. Well, Brian's his name, but Bright Guy, I don't know. I named him that when we first started dating.
Yeah.
And it's been his name ever since. So
It
yeah.
fits well in
It
the
does.
posts and the stories. It fits well. And you
Thank
have a
you.
great balance of showing us your personal and professional lives. And then your personal lives include that investment part. So I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of us can take away from that and look to see what we should be thinking about as we look in our future. There's
Yeah.
a lot of pointers. So I'm going to also have your Insta profile underneath the YouTube video and on Instagram. So please follow her. She's an amazing one to keep an eye on, and she's just getting started.
Yes. Yep.
Tessa, thank you so much for your time. And I know that I have a lot of clients here interested in where are the places, where are the opportunities to invest, and even long-term, where do we save up to invest in? So I'm excited to send them your way.
Awesome, Sasha. Well, thank you for having me. And yeah, I look forward to talking to you soon.
Absolutely.
Bye, guys.